After a few years, the battery in your phone loses some of its capacity and can start to struggle to make it through the day. You can usually get your battery changed by the manufacturer, but in this video I'm going to run through how to swap the battery in an iPhone 6s Plus and take a quick look inside. First up, remove the two pentalobe screws either side of the lightning port. Then, using a suction cup, pull up on the glass while gently prying the phone open, starting near the headphone jack. Slowly work all the way along the left-hand side of the phone until you reach the top. Once the left-hand side of the glass is free, repeat the process down the right-hand side of the phone. Once the display is free, lift it just far enough out of the way to be able to access the Phillips screws that are holding this battery connector cover. With the cover out of the way, you can then disconnect the battery using a small plastic tool. Next up, we want to remove the display so we've got a bit more space to work. To do this, we have to remove this cover, which is held down by 5 Phillips screws. With the cover out of the way, it's now time for that plastic tool again to gently lift the display connectors. The battery itself is held in place with 3 strips of adhesive, and we need to pull these out before we can remove it. Removing these is quite fiddly, but once you have them free of the battery, pinch them between your fingers and pull them out. Take a bit of care not to snap them or this job gets a lot harder. Once all this adhesive is removed, the old battery will pop straight out and the phone's ready for its new battery. If you are going to replace your battery, make sure you get one from a reputable source and don't just go for the cheapest thing on eBay. Check the description for suggestions and make sure the new battery is held down with new adhesive. Before reconnecting the battery and reattaching the display, these 3 connectors are for the display, the front-facing camera and the touchscreen. The 5 screws holding this bracket in place do look pretty similar, but they are different, so it's a good idea to keep an eye on which one's which when you remove them. The battery connector is easy enough to push down with your finger, and its metal screen can be screwed back in place. With the display folded back down, the only thing left is to squeeze it back onto the base of the phone and reinstall the 2 screws by the lightning connector. Now we can power the phone back up and check it still works. I hope you found this video interesting. Check the description for more information and I'll catch you next time.